Check it out, guys. This is the brand new 2-speed gearbox from Traxxas for the TRX4M. This is a direct drop-in for the TRX4M, and through a manual shifting mechanism allows you to toggle between a low-range gear set and a high-range gear set. Looking at the gear ratios on this, it could give us the optimal blend of low-speed crawling ability and high-speed fun. So I'm anxious to dig in and check it out. So let's take a first look at this. I'm going to crack it open. I'm going to take a look at the gears. Then we'll put it in a build. We'll go through the high and low range gears. We'll do some speed tests and then go hit the rocks and have some fun. Here we go. Here's the transmission setup here. Traxxas snuck this one out without a lot of hype. Someone tagged me in an Instagram photo, and that's the way I found out about this. Got some additional, looks like mounting hardware there. We'll see. We got the instructions in here as well. So we got an additional gear. Looks like there's an additional gear is necessary for anything using the new portal axle kit, which I also happen to have here, which we'll look at next. Then we've got some instructions here, so it should be pretty simple installation. All right, let's check out the kit itself. So the unit is big. It's a big piece of hardware here. See how this is going to mount. We're going to maintain our forward mounting motor like this, so it's going to be facing you guys is how it's going to be in the front of the chassis. So it's tall and hangs off to the left of the motor. Big plastic case here. On the left hand side is the shifting mechanism. So it is a manual shift where you just, with this lever, flick back and forth to toggle between the two gears. Shift action feels pretty good. It's got a nice solid definitive feel. I do not see where you would have the option for a servo actuated mechanism unless you did some heavy aftermarket customization, which I'm sure folks might do. Let's check out the gears. It's like we get all composite gears in here. We get bushings in the transmission itself. So the gear ratios that come with this, the low range gears are 32.7 to 1. The high range gears are 9.9 to 1. Those are both very close to the crawler gears, which are 40.3 to 1, and the high-speed gears, which are 9.7 to 1. So optimistically, in low gear, we should get very similar performance to the low gear crawler gears, and in high gear, we should get very similar performance to the speed gears. Traxxas also says that this is compatible with the speed gears and the stock gear set, but it is not compatible with the crawler gears. Alright, so it should be a real simple swap, so I'm going to put this in our high trail, and then we'll do some running with it, some speed comparisons, and see how it performs. Look at the size difference between the two. This new gear set is humongous. This is the only additional part over the stock swap that we're going to do is this transmission mount. So the mount's going to sit on the housing like this, but you got to put this down first because otherwise you won't be able to access your front motor mounts. So this is going to bolt to your motor mounts in the front just like that, and then we put the new setup in. There you have it, all installed just like that. You know, say what you want about Traxxas, but they do certainly make easy to install and functional upgrades. This is just a super simple installation. Works excellent with factory components. Fits right in there. We put the body on. As big as this thing looked, perfect in there. No issues whatsoever. You got lots of room in the cab with no interior though. So to shift it, you will have to take your body off or kind of reach in underneath there to shift. I can see that's low gear right there. There's high gear. We'll throw a battery in this thing and run it in just a minute, but really easy installation there. No issues whatsoever. The first run here on the bench, I got it all hooked up. I think am I in high gear here right now? It's in low gear. There it is, just like that. Feels just like the crawler gears. Maybe higher geared, barely noticeable though. Yeah, it feels very much like the crawler gears. Very familiar there. Now let's switch it. Now we should be in high range. Oh yeah. Oh, my microphone. Chaos here. Yep, it feels, the ranges feel exactly like the optional gear sets did in the beginning when these first came out. So very, very versatile gear set here. This really is the best of both worlds. A little noisy in low gear in particular. Don't necessarily hear it in high gear a little bit. Probably because they're spinning faster so we don't notice it, but not bad at all. Shifting's very smooth. Positive gear changes. Engages really well. It's cool. It's a good upgrade. I like it. I really like the versatility. This is going to be a lot of fun, especially for someone like my son who likes the speed, but then when we want to hit the rocks, you got that crawling ability. It's cool. So let's do some speed comparisons. I got some other trucks with some different ratios. Try to give you guys a perspective on the ratios in action. So I'm going to do some baseline runs with the high trail here. This is in low gear. Now the high trail in high gear. One of the direct comparisons that I've seen in the comments since posting content about this motor is that it seems like the FCX24. So here we're going to do the FCX18 K10 low and high gear. So here we are in low gear. And now high gear. Went so fast it blew the hood right off. Next I want to see the Mias Racing 2-speed transmission. Now this is a different setup here. The Mias Racing has a slightly different motor, although it is still an 87 turn on here. Aftermarket motor though. So here we are with the Mias setup in low gear. And now in high gear. Alright, last one just for fun. Here we got the high trail monster truck with these speed gears in it. Now keep in mind this has larger tires, so it is going to be faster by virtue of that, but otherwise the only mod is the high gears. Alright, now let's just have some fun. Those are some good speed comparisons here. I don't have an actual TRX4M with the stock motor and or transmission. Everything I have is brushless or has the 2-speed or some upgraded combo. So those were the best I could do speed comparisons. I hope that helps you guys out. So now I'm just gonna have some fun, try this thing out. It just feels so much like the TRX4M with the crawler gears. Very, very familiar. But it's nice to know you got that versatility there if you want to just rip it into high gear. Stopping to manually shift is questionable, especially when you've got options like the Mias for the same money that will give you a servo shift option. Thing I haven't noticed that could be difficult to notice on the high trail just because it's high anyway, but the higher center of gravity due to the mass from that giant transmission combo. To be determined if that has an impact, but the high trail is tippy anyway. Not terrible, but it is. I haven't driven the high trail in a while, so remembering how much I like this thing. Shift it. So I like the versatility of this. It's cool to have the 2-speed manual shifting. As you can see, it's easy to do. You don't have to take the body off or anything like that. We'll see if a servo option comes out either by Traxxas or I'm sure the aftermarket will whip up something printed that we could bolt on there. Definitely needs a servo option to be competitive with other setups in the market, I feel. But overall, easy install, versatile, makes this truck all the more fun. The 2-speed gearbox from Traxxas is a super simple installation. It's going to give you great versatility in your TRX4M. Like other Traxxas upgrades, this was a super slick install, just drop and go. Very, very simple, great fit and finish on this. The functionality of this upgrade is excellent. The low-speed gears are great for crawling. The high-range gears are slightly faster than walking speed, are going to be great for wide open spaces or instances when you just want that extra wheel speed. Plastic gears, bushings throughout, and lack of a servo-actuated shifting mechanism leaves a little bit to be desired, especially when you consider that there are equally priced kits out there that offer metal gears, bearings, and servo options. But nonetheless, still a great upgrade for the Traxxas TRX4M. This is available now. I'll put a link in the description down below if you want to pick one of these up for yourself. And let me know in the comments, what do you think of this gearbox setup? As always, I appreciate you guys. Thanks so much for watching. Please like and subscribe if you haven't done so, and I'll see you in the next video.